Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel Neeraj Unplugged. In the last video, we installed MySQL Server in macOS operating system. Today, we will take two-step approach. First, we will use the command line to create MySQL database and tables, and then we will switch to MySQL Workbench, which is a powerful graphical user interface, and I will explain why it makes our life easier, especially for beginners, right? So let's start with the command line. I'll type command space and type terminal to open the terminal. Let me increase the font size for you. Okay, so let's log in into the MySQL. Uh, I hope you already remember the MySQL password, right? That we used while setting up the MySQL server. So type MySQL -u root -p and hit enter. It will prompt you for a password and enter the root password. Hit enter. Okay, so it says can't connect to local MySQL server through this. Okay, so first of all, we need to have our MySQL server start, right? So we'll go to settings and type MySQL. Click on MySQL and see our server is not started, right? So we need to start it. So click on start MySQL server. It will prompt for a password. Hit enter and yes, our server is started. Close this. Now type this again. Type the root user password. Hit enter. Okay, so we are logged in. So let's create our database here. So we'll create a database. Let's say create database test underscore Neeraj. Right. Enter. Okay, our database is created. Now we will select this database to use. So use test underscore Neeraj. Hit enter. Database changed. Now let's try to create some tables, right? So create tables table. Let's try to create table for user. It will have column for ID, which will be of type integer, and it will be auto increment. So basically, we don't need to manually give IDs, right? It will be like automatically incremented as we insert the records. So it will be primary key auto increment, right? Okay, then our next column will be name, which will be of string type, varchar, and of 50 characters. And then email, and this will be so varchar type of 100 characters. Okay, so now hit enter. Okay, our table is created. Let's check if it is created or not. Select star from users. There will be no reports, but still, let's check it. Hit enter. Okay, empty set. Right. Let's try to insert some records into it. So insert into user, and columns will be, see, we will not pass the ID because it will be automatically incremented. So we'll just pass name and email values, and let's see, Neeraj Unplugged, right? And then email, some example email, or you can say neeraj@gmail.com and close this. Hit enter. Okay, let's try to run select star from user. Okay, so this inserted a record, right? So you see, just for small record we have to type just to insert a simple records, create database and all, we have to type so many things, right? And this is becomes a really tedious when we are working on enterprise level or like big projects, and it becomes really difficult to manage tables, writing complex queries, right? So that's where MySQL Workbench comes in. instead of typing every command, Workbench gives us like a clean visual interface, right? And that also it helps us in like managing databases, writing and testing SQL queries, creating tables with clicks, visualizing relationships, controlling users and permissions, etc. So let's try to install it. So let me close this a minute, okay? And then we will press command space and type Safari, open the browser, and let's head over to dev.mysql.com. Hit enter. Okay, so click on downloads, scroll down, click on MySQL Community GPL downloads. Okay, now click on MySQL Workbench. Okay, so here there are two options, right? One is x86 and one is ARM. If you are using a Mac OS operating system or a MacBook which has Intel chip, then go for x86. If it is Apple chip, then go for ARM. I'm using MacBook ARM one, which is Apple chip, so I will click on this. Okay, no thanks, just start my download. Okay, so save. It will take few seconds to download. Okay, done. Now click on this DMG. Okay, so here you just need to drag and drop two applications. I have already done it, but let me just try to do this again. Close it. Okay, done. Close this as well. So now type command space MySQL Workbench. Let's open it. Okay, we are here. So by default, we have already set up the connections, but just for you, let's try to add a connection here, so that we will try to connect this with our MySQL server. So let's give connection name test underscore Neeraj. Our connection method will be TCP/IP only. Everything will be same. Host name is localhost only. Port will be 3306, which is default. Username is root, and let's try to give the password here, the same password that we used earlier. Hit enter. Okay, now let's click on test connection. This is just a connection warning, ignore it, continue anyway. Successfully made the MySQL connection, so we are good. Okay, now click on test Neeraj. Okay, now we are here. Let me maximize it. Okay, so let me just give you a overall overview of this. So basically, this panel here, the bottom panel, if I click on here and see, this goes in away and then comes back. So this is where the outputs comes and logs are shown here. This side is something like server status, client connections, all those things from the management side. This is the administration side. From here you can click and create a new SQL file or a query editor, and then this is something, if you click, it will open scripts folder, and then you can import scripts from here, right? And then you can use this now. Okay, so here is the cool part. Remember that we created database from the command line. We will try to access that. So type so databases, and you can either hit command enter, or you can click on this to execute the query. So we created test underscore Neeraj, right? So you can see it's here. I don't know if you can maximize. No, I cannot maximize it. So okay, so we can see that our database is here. So let's type use the database, use test underscore Neeraj. to hit enter. Okay, so now we are using this database, and we also create a table. So let's see if we can access that table. Select start from user, command enter. Okay, so we just inserted one record, right? We are able to see this easily here. So now instead of like writing the commands in terminal, you can use this query editor to write all your queries. You can also import pre-written queries from folder. For example, this I can import this, and then I can just click on this to execute, and it will execute the entire script, right? So this is how it helps like to manage complex queries in schemas and all. There are many things to explore, but we will limit this to installation only. Cool. So now you know both the words, command line for speed and control, and graphical user interface for comfort, clarity, and productivity. Cool. If this helped you, do like this video, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments which method you prefer.